Hello, one and all. I hope you're all doing really well. So, we have a few bits and pieces to do tonight, but first of all, let's find out what today is, because it's National Oreo Day, National Dentist Day, National Dress Day, not that I wear one, National Frozen Food Day, National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day, and the Finishers Medal Day today. And let's hope we are all finishers. I'd like to thank my wonderful patrons, Grumpy Mike, Ian Wood, James Mears, Dan O'Sullivan, Brad Guitar Miller, the Big T Gary, and my axe, Jake Leigh Guitar, Yvan, Shank, Grandpa Joe, Dennis Pointer, The Lamb, Daz Ironworker, CJ, Pete Brown, and new this week, Mikey Newman. You guys all absolutely rock. So I can see we have loads of you in tonight, which is great. Lots of great friends. Terry Tickler was the first in. Ian's Guitar Shack, Bam Mozzie, Big Coombs. Don't forget, he's got a live show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So check that out. I'm sure there'll be a link coming soon. Phil, Glenn Bailey, Unlike No Spark, hi. We've got Croc66, Casey Lee, Trevor Locke, Brian Dutton, Phil, Dolphin Kev, William De Silva, Rijan Comal 77, Quentin Q. Actually, tonight, Quentin, I don't have water, I have coffee. Not that warm. Casey Lee, John ZD351, Jake Lee Guitar, hey bro. We have got Ra, hey Ra. Who else? We've got Grumpy Mike is in, Daz Ironworker's in, Paulie Walnut is in, hey Paulie. Who else have we got? We got Keith H and Pa S. Ransheim. I'm not sure if I said that right, but if I did, I'm really pleased. So I hope you're all doing really well. Now, listen, I got a message today from my buddy, Glenn Fricker, and it is an opportunity to help a Ukrainian out. So I'm going to play this a few times tonight, but I'm going to start with it right now. Okay, I got a message from Glenn Fricker today that said this.
Hey all, Scott Elliott from Guitar Tone Mastery has to flee Ukraine. We're having a sale on his stuff this week to help him relocate. He has to leave everything behind and start from zero again. So we're asking if you can help by mentioning the sale. Glenn Fricker.
And because we want to help out Scott Elliott, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on his course, and you can pop over to this link and get hold of his course to help him out. Obviously, it's one thing that we can do to help somebody from the Ukraine.
So if you're tired of endlessly searching for YouTube videos, hoping that you can get everything and go through all the endless hours of tutorials and kind of piece it all together, if you're tired of that, if you just want to have a crushing, amazing, badass guitar tone, Guitar Tone Mastery is what you're looking for. So there's more information down below. Go ahead and have a read, but more than anything, go ahead and join up. Absolutely join up. There's a private Discord. I'm there. We're all there to help, and we would love to have you there. All right? So go ahead and join up. I'll see you there.
Thank you all so much for any help that you're able to give. Yeah, so somebody trying to escape the Ukraine, and he is a guitar player. He has some great courses, and I believe that Glenn is doing a special deal on his courses, and I don't think he's taking any commission. I think it's all going to Scott to help him out. So a really, really good cause there. Hello, Janice. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Peter Grant. Hello, Hobo Rhodey, Keith H, Mark Thornton, Philip Pitts. All of you just crept in while we were playing that. So let me tell you what I've got for you tonight. As you know, I have got a couple of little Hendrix stories, just not related to the Monterey Strat, I have to say, but a little bit of fun. I've also got a Nick Huber guitar that I tried out at 42 Gear Street number 3, which you'll love. I've also got a little bit about Bruce Dickinson coming up, and also Studio 666. And if you don't want a spoiler, then turn away when we do the Studio 666, because we will be going into who gets killed in that. So there we go. I really hope you're all doing really well. Hello. We've got a few more in. We've got Transcendental Agitation. We've got Mark Dillon. We have got Gary Marshall. Hey, man. We got the Pooh Ninja. We got Scott Motes. We got Johnny Love. And I don't know if I've said hello to Philip Pitts, but if I haven't, hello. Really, really welcome in. We've also got Brummy the Brit 189. Hey, awesome stuff. Right, I want to start with a video tonight. You can decide whether you would like a Hendrix video or if you'd like to hear something about Bruce Dickinson. Let me know. I will go with the first thing I see in the comments, and that's what we'll go for. So hopefully the audio's okay tonight as well. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we've got. Bruce Dickinson. Oh no, yes. Oh my goodness. I have to go back now because there were so many. I got hello Sean Hockey, hello Bruce. Okie dokie. Let's go with Bruce. Here we go.
Bruce Dickinson has over half of a new solo album written. Bruce Dickinson released 6 solo albums between 1990 and 2005, the bulk of which were released when he wasn't in Iron Maiden between 1993 and 1999. Dickinson said in an interview with Consequence that he's working on the follow-up to 2005's Tyranny of Souls with collaborator Roy Z. Ramirez and has between 50 and 70% of the material for the album. I've been working on it, on and off, since Tyranny of Souls. But between lockdowns and albums and Maiden tours and everything else, I'm looking for a clear space to actually nail and say, okay, this is what it's gonna be, and get to put some backing tracks down. And then we can do it. So we're at the point now where we've already got, I don't know, anywhere between 50 and 70% of the material for the album, depending on what we pick, from things we've already got. And I think we'd like to tweak it a little bit. So I've got some time. When I finish this tour, in March, I've got 3 weeks in LA. And so I'm gonna be tweaking a few things with Roy. And we'll see where we get to. And if we get to the point where we can start putting backing tracks down, then I'll be off touring with Maiden and he can be chipping away doing the backing tracks. And the technology exists now, of course, which didn't exist back in the day, to just get on a Zoom call with him and take a listen. We were already going that way on Tyranny of Souls. He actually sent me a CD of the backing tracks, just rough, no guitar solos, just rough, and I put a set of headphones on. I was in Japan on tour at the time, and I just walked the streets of Tokyo at, like, 9 in the morning with a notepad, mentally writing words and melodies, and then just flew back to LA and did the vocals. And that worked out great. Tyranny of Souls is a great album. In the meantime, here's Dickinson singing some Tyranny of Souls, a cappella at the March 1st stop of his spoken word tour in Los Angeles.
When shall we three meet again? Right? And then it was going to be Rob doing thunder, lightning, or in rain. And then you get Jeff going, when the Hurley burn is done. Right? And then Rob would finish it off with, when the battle's lost, not won. Right, you know. And then we'd all join in together with, a tyranny of souls that were at rest, a tyranny
So great stuff. And hopefully I didn't get kicked for that because it is just a little bit of Bruce just singing a little bit. So hopefully we didn't get any trouble for that, which is really cool. A great thing that we've got more Bruce Dickinson coming out really, really soon. Now, I did see that tons of you really wanted Hendrix there. So I'm not going to disappoint you. I'm going to dive straight into a little bit of Hendrix as well, just so that you feel happy. So there was some debate over what Hendrix's last ever song was recorded. So here is the answer.
The last few months of Jimi Hendrix's life were heavily centered around the expansion of his work. The now iconic musician, who died at the age of 27, spent the majority of his days creating magic in the studio, wielding his guitar like a crazed artist destined to etch his name into the annals of history. Hendrix was in the form of his life when he passed, and his final recording came just a month before his untimely death. As one of his lasting and most daring projects, Hendrix commissioned a state-of-the-art recording studio in the heart of Greenwich Village, and Electric Lady Studios was supposed to be his new home. Tragically, however, by the time the studio was finally complete in 1970, the guitarist was only able to spend 10 weeks in the facility before his death. Despite being such a short period of time spent working in the new space, Hendrix was firing off all cylinders, delivering mind-blowing material at a prolific pace. Hendrix's longtime studio engineer Eddie Kramer, who had worked with the virtuoso guitarist since Are You Experienced, later discussed those final studio sessions, remembering how he'd never seen the guitarist so focused on his work before. We had 2 closets full of Jimi Hendrix tapes, floor to ceiling, with all of the jams and stuff we had done, Kramer recalled to Rolling Stone. He would say, pull that take over there. Or, go to this section, yeah, stop. That's what we need. The sessions would start at 8 p.m., and would usually run long through the night before doing it all over again the following day. Kramer also noted how he'd noticed a huge change in Jimi, and his work had almost become an obsession. He continued, in the past, we would call for sessions at the record plant for 7, and he wouldn't come until midnight, because he was jamming somewhere. At Electric Lady, we'd call a session for 7, and he was often there early. And if he saw a lady standing in the control room, he would get her a chair. The guy was so polite, and proud of the place. However, his time in the studio was cut short after his booking agent scheduled dates for him across Europe, and Hendrix's plans to work on the album were shelved. Many rock music historians argue that the final session took place on August 22, with Hendrix cutting a demo for Belly Button Window. However, the musician wasn't due to fly to London for 5 more days and return to Electric Lady to lay down the instrumental track, Slow Blues. That said, as with many aspects of the somewhat blurry facts of a rock and roll Haiti, the specific date is questioned. The liner notes, for example, state that it was, in fact, recorded on August 20th. For many decades, the song wasn't heard by the public until the compilation, The Jimi Hendrix Experience, was released in 2000 with Slow Blues closing out the box set. It's a raw recording, and clearly of an impromptu nature, but it still manages to mesmerize. Less than a month later, Hendrix tragically passed away shortly after his heroic headline set at the Isle of Wight Festival, and Slow Blues represents the final time Hendrix ever stepped foot in a recording studio.
So there we go. The last track ever recorded by Jimi Hendrix was Slow Blues. And I bet a lot of people didn't know that. A big hello to Easton Ray, Music Therapy Lass, and my buddy Krenner. Great to see you in. So I hope you enjoyed both of those little treats there. I've got a few more treats for you tonight. So, yeah, let me know what you think about the upcoming Bruce Dickinson album. And also, did you know that Slow Blues was the last Hendrix number recorded? Let me know in the comments, and I'm sure you'll all be discussing it. So while you are discussing that, I am going to play that one more time, or not one more time. I'm going to play a little bit about Scott because I really hope that we can help him out. He is from the Ukraine and he is having to escape the tyranny that's going on over there at the moment. So If you can help out by purchasing one of his courses, I believe they're discounted by Glenn Fricker, and also I don't think Glenn is taking his commission. So let's have another look at this. Okay, I got a message from Glenn Fricker today that said this.
Hey all, Scott Elliott from Guitar Tone Mastery has to flee Ukraine. We're having a sale on his stuff this week to help him relocate. He has to leave everything behind and start from zero again. So we're asking if you can help by mentioning the sale. Glenn Fricker.
And because we want to help out Scott Elliott, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on his course, and you can pop over to this link and get hold of his course to help him out. Obviously, it's one thing that we can do to help somebody from the Ukraine.
So if you're tired of endlessly searching for YouTube videos, hoping that you can get everything and go through all the endless hours of tutorials and kind of piece it all together, if you're tired of that, if you just want to have a crushing, amazing, badass guitar tone, Guitar Tone Mastery is what you're looking for. So there's more information down below. Go ahead and have a read, but more than anything, go ahead and join up. Absolutely join up. There's a private Discord. I'm there. We're all there to help, and we would love to have you there. All right? So go ahead and join up. I'll see you there.
Thank you all so much for any help that you're able to give. So there we go, and you're absolutely right, Philip. They are very scary times at the moment. Great to see Phil James in. Good to see you. And yeah, I hope that we can do something for him. Peter Grant says, I love slow blues music, but I've not heard that Hendrix track. Well, there you go. It's one to check out. It was the very last recording he made in the studio. And I believe that it was done pretty much live. So I don't think there was any production work on it, or at least maybe a little bit of after production work. But mainly it was just live in the studio. So all good stuff. Hey, Blackjack Guitar. Good to see you, man. Really good to see you in as well. I have got so much coming up for you guys tonight. As I say, I've still got Studio 666 to come. We've got a Nick Huber guitar. And also there is a story about some Hendrix lyrics that my buddy Gareth sent me. So thanks, Gareth, if you watch this or if you're watching back on the replay. So I'm quite happy to just, let's have a see. What have we got in the comments? If you want a question to me, please put at CGS and then I can see it. So here's an example. My buddy, the Fret Hustler. Hey, everyone, and hi at CGS. Hey, brother, good to see you. Really good to see you in tonight. Grandpa Joe. Hello at CGS, everyone. Hope all are well today. Well, I think most people are. I tell you what I was doing today. I went over the park to play football with my boy. He's only 8. And you wouldn't believe what I managed to do. It was really wet and slippery. And I managed to fall flat on my stomach and wind myself. So, yeah, there we go. Pooh Ninja says, Huber! Huber! Yeah, Nick Huber is guitar is on my bucket list, William De Silva says. Great looking instruments. Hard to find one to check out, though. I was really fortunate. I've played so many Nick Huber guitars. Okay. Glenn Bailey says, what's that telly in the background? Let me get it and show you. So this is a 12-string TJS guitar, and it is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully that's in focus. And yeah, 12 strings, and I love playing it. It's got an absolutely beautiful tone. Hopefully you can hear a little bit of that. So yes, a TJS, and let's have a little look at the back of this guitar because it is absolutely beautiful. There we go. So hopefully you like that. Yep, I popped it out tonight because I am due to do a demo of it very, very soon. But obviously, my whole thing with the Monterey Strat has somewhat taken over. And I thought, well, I should put it in the background of the video and maybe someone will ask about it. So, Glenn, thank you so much for asking about it. Let's see what you've all got to say about it. Here we go. Oh, wow. Jake Lee says, Janice says, looks great. Phil says, wow. Whoa, that's a stunner. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, the original Gear Street. No 2, no 3. That was the original one. Ra says, nice. Thanks, Ra. Jake's, that's beautiful. Phil Pitts, wow. Phil James says, that's a beautiful guitar, Mike. Oh, hello, PRD 004.2. He says, sweet. Bam Mozzie says, some pretty woods there. CGS, really cool guitar. Thank you, Unlike No Spark. Eastern Ray says, wow, that is a beautiful Telecaster. First 12-string telly I've seen. Well, he made one for the previous as well. So he is a good guy. Very nice 12-string. That headstock caught my eye. Sounds sweet. Looks great. Thank you very much. Really beautiful guitar. Shiloh says, Jimmy, get on with it. Oh, and Grumpy Mike, bless you, brother, for the tone jar, and why not? I hope all is well with you and the family. Cheers. Brother, love you. Thank you so much. Let me give you one of these. Never courted, but always, always appreciated. And always, Grumpy Mike, bless you, brother. You are so, so kind. And I really appreciate it. God bless you. Very nice 12-string. What Marshall do you have? JCM 900? No, that actually is a JCM 800. It's a 2210 model, and I love it. Croc says plug it in. Unfortunately, I can't do that with the what was this called? StreamYard. It doesn't sound great. So yeah, I will do a demo of it very soon for you. Let me see. Super Grumpy Mike. He is super. He's amazing. And thank you again for that kind donation. Really appreciate it. Who else have we got in? Let me see. Salut. Music Heavy Last says, Yes, I'll be seeing you at Henning's Gear Street this year, my friend. You're coming! Wow, that is so cool, brother. Awesome. Really cool. The Panda, hey man, says, is there a version of Jimmy Slow Blues on YouTube? I haven't looked, mate. Go and tell me. Somebody go and find a link to Slow Blues from Jimi Hendrix on YouTube, if you can. Oh, all I get is Red House. Okay. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Right. Okay. I think we should dive in. You've got a choice. You can either have a story about some Jimi Hendrix lyrics. We can look at the Foo Fighters, Studio 666, or I can play you the Nick Huber guitar. You let me know the very first thing that comes up, I will play. So it takes a while to catch up, but as soon as you type it, I will do it for you. Oh, Anton, good to see you, man. Excellent. There we go. Right, the first thing that came up was Mark Dalton saying the Foo Fighters. So if you want not to have this spoiled, look away now, because it does tell you what happens in the film. And for those that want to go and see it and don't want it ruined, here we go.
Studio 666 is a campy horror movie in the vein of The Evil Dead, and like that 80s classic, there are some insane, gory deaths along the way. Warning: the following contains spoilers for Studio 666, currently out in theaters. Studio 666 brought Foo Fighters to the big screen in a movie combining rock and roll and video nasty-styled horror movies. It was basically a Hard Day's Night meets The Evil Dead. What might have shocked Foo Fighters fans is that it didn't end with a twist where the band made it home safe and sound. It went all in on the gore and ended in classic horror movie style. Almost everyone died, including every member of Foo Fighters except Dave Grohl. The first deaths happened before Foo Fighters ever showed up. The opening featured a flashback scene to the 1990s where someone killed the band Dream Widow while they recorded their new album in the old house. As the movie showed later, it was their lead singer, possessed by a demonic entity. It ended with him taking his own life before flashing to the present day. Kerry King as Krug helping Dave Grohl with his drums in Studio 666. Studio 666 had a minor role for a thrash metal icon. Kerry King, the founding guitarist from Slayer, played Foo Fighters' Tech, Krug. His death came at the hands of the demonic entities themselves. Black, spooky smoke flowed into the wall and electrocuted him in one of the more disgustingly gory scenes of the movie, setting up the idea of the Shining-styled haunted house. Will Forte also had a minor role as a restaurant delivery guy. He was a musician and wanted Dave Grohl to listen to his band's demo, despite getting on his bad side by calling Coldplay his favorite band. The mysterious demonic force killed him off-screen. Foo Fighters later found him decapitated in the yard. After the demonic spirit possessed Dave in a scene straight out of The Evil Dead, he began killing his Foo Fighters bandmates after they finished their parts in the song he wanted to finish. The first was Chris, who quit on the band. As he was grilling a couple of hot dogs before leaving, Dave drove his face into the grill. He kept slamming it down until he died, Chris's face becoming one with the hot grill plates. Samantha lived next door to the old house, a self-professed groupie. She also knew about the demons and tried to warn Foo Fighters, but she was too late. While in bed with keyboardist Rami Jaffe, and as they listened to Jackal's Lumberjack song, Dave sliced both of them in half with a chainsaw. Taylor Hawkins was the last band member to complete his part on the song that could unleash demons into the world. The drummer had one task, and that was to keep Dave busy, while the remaining musicians tried to save their friend. However, he made the mistake of finishing his work. Dave threw a cymbal like a frisbee, cutting Taylor's face in half. The top half remained on the cymbal stuck in the wall while the rest of his body slid to the floor. Pat Smear and Nate Mendel were the last two surviving members of Foo Fighters, and they freed Dave from the possession before trying to escape. The problem is that they didn't have the keys, so Pat went under the van to hotwire it. He accidentally drove the wire through the ignition and into Nate's eye, causing him to shift into reverse, squashing Pat's head into the pavement, another disgusting, campy horror death. With the wire driven through his eye, Nate launched the van backward into Barb Weems, who was coming down the road killed him. Once he hit her, he got out to check, and she drove a knife into his neck, killing him, before dying herself. It seemed Dave Grohl, or the mastermind behind it all, Jeremy Schill, might die next. However, these two were the last deaths of the movie, if you don't count Grohl's soul. To see Dave Grohl killing Foo Fighters, check out Studio 666, in theaters now.
Okay. So there we go. A bit of background on that movie. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to go out and try and see it. Brian Dutton, while I was watching that, said, "Hey Mike, I found that info on the Hendrix Strat from your last video. I left you a link in the comment. I hope it was some use in your research. The big problem I have, brother, is that links automatically get deleted by YouTube. So I haven't seen it. So please email me that link if you'd be so kind. And you can email it to me at chinaguitarskeptic@gmail.com. So if you be so kind, please send it there. That would be great. Okay. Big thanks to Bam and to Ben Coombs for dealing with what seems to be somebody trying to get in and say some crazy stuff. You always get crazies. There we go. Oh, really? Sounds like an awful movie, one to miss. I really love it. So there we go. Yeah, 3 strikes. Yeah, 3 strikes and they're out. CGS. Nick needs all the protection his guitars can get. Washed hands. No idea what that means, but there we go. Love it. Yes, it's definitely a horror film with the Foo Fighters, which will be great. Okay. Music Therapy Lads has got to see that movie. Ben Coombs saying, all good. Bless you guys. Thanks to you and Bam. Really appreciate it. Ben says, I'm not into horror movies, but I may watch it. There we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm just reading and seeing if I've got any CGSs, which I do not. So there we go. Wow, I can't believe we're over halfway through. So let us decide, because I have so much to watch, and the Nick Huber guitar is quite a long video, as always. And let me tell you that they will all go up on the live channel. So if you haven't subscribed over there to the live channel yet, I think I can give you a link. Let me do that for you. There we go. Not too shabby. Managed to do that myself. There we go. So if you haven't subbed to the other channel, please do, because all of my live videos go private after a while, and you'll be able to find all this content over there. So go and check that out. Let me see. Vic can make a Hendrix right-handed. No offense, but it's easier to read his hands. And Grumpy Mike says, I'd like campy horror flicks. So do I, bro. And I can't wait to see it. Anything with the Foo Fighters will be good. I'm sure we're going to find Scott in the movie somewhere. I think he's in it. So there we go. There is that channel link. Please go over there and do it. Janice, that's so kind. She says the live channel is cool. It does feature all of the little videos I put over here so that you don't miss out on them. Hey, James Mears, brother, great to see you. Really good to see you in. Phil Pitts says, just subscribe, brother. You are most welcome. A very, very warm welcome to the channel. Okie dokie. Yeah, love it. Bam Mosley says, I'll watch it when it comes to Sky. Scott Ian is a stage beast. Yeah, absolutely. CGS, I was referring to Nick Huber. Okay, right. Okie dokie. I think we should go over and check out this beautiful, beautiful Nick Huber Les Paul. So let's go and do that. Welcome back to Gear Street number 3, and today we are checking out a really, really seriously nice piece of kit. This Nick Huber LP style guitar, and I'm asking you the question today, does this kind of guitar, this high-end LP style guitar, take on and surpass the Big G itself? Yeah, so this is a really, really high-end Les Paul style guitar. I love the carved finish on this. This little bottom horn here, if I can get it in the light, is reminiscent to me of a PRS bottom horn, and I really like the feel of that. And the carved top, it goes flat where the pickups join the body. Let me see if I can get that in the light to show you. There we are. And the carve is just exquisite. As per PRS, all of the controls also have the carve out of them, and I love that. You've got 4 standard speed knobs, no push pull, because this is pretty much gonna be your burst style guitar, 1959 burst. Why would you pay $250,000 for a real burst when you can have something custom made like this for just a few thousand. Nick Huber makes absolutely incredible guitars, and this really plays beautifully. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the playability after you hear what I played on it. And I've just played some simple stuff just to give the average guitarist an average guitarist view on it. This guitar really, for me, I'm going to say I wouldn't buy a Gibson, and I certainly wouldn't buy a vintage Gibson when you can get this standard of guitar for such good value. And in terms of playability, it's got a lovely chunky neck, and it's got a great cutaway here as well. That's about 3/4 of the way through the neck heel joint, and it's got a lovely scallop here, and this gives you great access up to the top. I want to know what you guys think. I really do. I think that paying a fortune for a vintage Gibson guitar is a bit of a waste of money when you can buy something like this that's really high end, really well built, up to the spec of that sort of guitar for so much less money. I absolutely love it. It's got a beautifully chunky neck. I found it really, really easy to play, and it inspired me to play some chops that I haven't played before. As always, I'm just the average player, and hopefully it gives the average player out there a good idea of what this sounds like. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you think you prefer to buy something like this or a vintage Gibson. And also let me know what you thought about the tones. I'll be back with the very best content I can just as soon as I can. But in the meantime, as always, my friends, you take good care. So there we go. An absolutely beautiful Nick Huber guitar. I love playing his guitars, and I'm not joking when I say I would rather pay $5,000 for a Nick Huber than pay $5,000 for a custom shop Gibson. I'm just telling you how it is. I've played both, and Nick Huber's guitars are just exquisite. So there we go. There we go. Yeah, no thanks needed, just the truth. There you go. Beautiful guitar, all nice, everything. Yet resale is not going to be easy. You would never ever resell that guitar. I tell you, if I bought that guitar, that will be with me always. That guitar is a piece of artwork for sure. Beautiful instrument. Not bad playing. Thank you so much. I am just an average guitar player. Hey, Ken, welcome. I hope your neighbour didn't pay for a happy ending with his massage. Maybe he did. Yeah, I was working while everyone else was getting massages. Now, what's that all about? There we go. They're Mojo custom pickups. They are PAF style. Yep, Easton Ray would have it over Gibson as well. The tone sounded great and it looks beautiful. Yep. Bam says, I buy guitars to enjoy and hopefully keep, not thinking about resale value. Otherwise, you never play it. Really good point, brother. Yep, totally. Smaller manufacturer made with care and love, for sure. And they really do make great guitars. That is why I wanted to show you this. I've got a few more to show you on videos coming up. And also there is one on a great amp that I tried out. The only thing is it was so loud that it got a little bit distorted. But if you want to see that, it was made by my brother, Robin. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Hugh Caldwell says, I have two, Mike. Yeah, if you've got the 10 grand to pay for it. They are not cheap, but I have to say, a little bit like I would say a Max guitar. Yeah, I'm talking Max Baronet, who actually makes 1959 Les Pauls. Very naughty because he puts the Gibson logo on them, but he makes exquisite guitars. Rijan says, I own 34 guitars, never sold one, and not for sale. There we go. It's nice. It's a Gibson copy, an expensive Gibson copy. I'd rather have a Gibson, however, not knocking the quality. I have to say, bro, I promise you, I absolutely promise you, I've played Gibson custom shops and I quite like them, but that Nick Huber guitar was such a joy to play. I would never, ever tell you guys a lie. I loved it. Terry's 3Gs, just in time for the tail end. Yes, you are, brother, and it's good to see you in. Surrounder, hey mate, first time in, I think. Great tone on that guitar. Guess that's what happens when you focus on the players and not the shareholders. Good shout, my friend. Great shout. Bam Mosley says, my guitars are worth more to me than their monetary value because they have my memories of playing them attached. Absolutely. Yep, for sure. Right. Let me see. We don't have any other at CGSs. But Gary Elder says, I own the Gibson, but play my Fender Telly more than the Gibson. But I don't know if I could pull a trigger on the Huber. Yeah, it is a lot of money, but it is a lot of guitar. I have to say, it really is a lot of guitar. So if I had the money, well, you know me, I'd probably buy a PRS, but there we go. Anyway, let me tell you, there are 62 of you in at the moment and 47 likes. Let me see if I can get a couple more likes in there, please. It all helps the channel and all helps to build things up. So if you're enjoying this so far, and you've enjoyed the videos I put together for you, give me a few more likes up there. Okay, 49. Bless you guys. There we go. I wouldn't trade my Tokai Les Paul for anything, CGS. Cool. I'm glad you like it. That's really cool. Phil James says, Got 12 guitars, Mike. My first ever was a cheapy rock band, about 80 quid. The most expensive is my Les Paul Les Plus. Not one is being sold. All contain good memories. They really do, don't they? Absolutely. We got 54 likes. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Really great. Thank you. Tall Thin Kev says, my best bass is 75 quid. 84 Westone Thunder. They were amazing, brother. It's about needing money at the right time. If the wolf's at the door, yeah, for sure, mate. Definitely. Just gave you 51. Thank you so much. No fakes and sentimental gifts notwithstanding. I don't care what the name is on the headstock as long as it plays and sounds good. It can be a hard one to find. You're the one. You're so right. Absolutely. I'm not creative. I thought you'd been in earlier. There we go. Good to see you. Let me see. Dennis says, CGS, want to tell you some good news. I became a great grandpa on Thursday and want to celebrate with Kenny Wayne Shepherd Band at the Hard Rock Thursday night. Well, congratulations, brother. And here's to you and to your great grandson or daughter. Cheers, brother. And I hope you will enjoy whichever sex. Let me know. Okay, we are getting towards the end now, and I haven't played you the last Hendrix thing. So I'm going to do that for you right now. Here we go. This is a story about some Hendrix lyrics being found so many years after they were torn up, and it's a great story. Again, from my buddy Gareth. Here we go.
Jimi Hendrix's handwritten lyrics have been pieced together after 55 years after being torn apart to provide autographs for British schoolgirls. Before a gig in Bath in 1967, the rock and roll icon was approached backstage by two teenage fans who asked for an autograph, but he had no paper to sign his name. Hendrix tore a page out of an exercise book used to scribble down his lyrics, ripped the paper in two, and signed both halves to provide an autograph each for the girls. The torn document spent 55 years in two pieces as the friends who saw Hendrix together drifted apart, but the girls preserved their respective fragments, and they have now been pierced together as memorabilia store Trax prepares the piece for auction. Trax expert Paul Wayne said the item was one of the extremely few Jimi Hendrix manuscripts in existence. Lyrics from a song called 51st Wedding Anniversary were torn apart by the rock singer. On one side the fragment carries the signatures of Hendrix and the two other members of the Jimi Hendrix Experience, drummer Mitch Mitchell and bassist Noel Redding, and on the other the beginnings of a song. Headed 51st Wedding Anniversary, the handwritten lyrics also bear the note, key of B. Just weeks after Hendrix met the teenage fans, and despite tearing out his lyrics, 51st Anniversary was released as B-side to Purple Haze. One of the fans who approached Hendrix in 1967 contacted memorabilia experts Trax about her half of the fragment, and the company managed to track down the owner of the other half, who had also preserved her memento from the gig 5 decades earlier. The repaired manuscript is now expected to achieve a 5-figure sum at auction. Hendrix was known to keep notebooks handy for his lyrics, and scribbled on hotel stationery and napkins when inspiration struck. The singer and guitarist wrote more than 100 songs before his death at 27 in 1970.
Oh, almost couldn't remove that then. That came round a bit fast. Yeah, love 51st anniversary. I'll be absolutely honest, hand on heart, I haven't heard that song, but I'm going to go and look it up. So, yeah. And congratulations, Dennis, on your great-grandson. I am so pleased for you, brother. That is absolutely super. Really, really cool. Mark EFX says, wow, And Grumpy Mike says, really cool. Yeah, I did have a coffee earlier, but I have been out and got a zero alcohol Doom bar while the start of the Huber guitar was on. Fancied that. Let me see. Funky Hendrix is great. Yep. Great story. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And also, as I've said earlier, that will be over on the live channel. I'm not sure if I've still got it. There we go. Look at that. I'm almost a pro at this. So before we go, and before I wind down, I just want to play that one more time and help out Scott Elliott. Okay, I got a message from Glenn Fricker today that said this.
Hey all, Scott Elliott from Guitar Tone Mastery has to flee Ukraine. We're having a sale on his stuff this week to help him relocate. He has to leave everything behind and start from zero again. So we're asking if you can help by mentioning the sale. Glenn Fricker.
And because we want to help out Scott Elliott, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on his course, and you can pop over to this link and get hold of his course to help him out. Obviously, it's one thing that we can do to help somebody from the Ukraine.
So if you're tired of endlessly searching for YouTube videos, hoping that you can get everything and go through all the endless hours of tutorials and kind of piece it all together, if you're tired of that, if you just want to have a crushing, amazing, badass guitar tone, Guitar Tone Mastery is what you're looking for. So there's more information down below. Go ahead and have a read, but more than anything, go ahead and join up. Absolutely join up. There's a private Discord. I'm there. We're all there to help, and we would love to have you there. All right? So go ahead and join up. I'll see you there.
Thank you all so much for any help that you're able to give. So there we go, played that 3 times tonight, and hopefully most of you that kindly came in and hung with us all tonight got to see it at least once. He is a guy from the Ukraine. He is having to leave everything behind and move and get away from the Ukraine. Obviously, he's called Chernobyl, so I'm guessing that's pretty much where he is. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. War is a pointless exercise, totally. Phil James says, enjoyed the last hour. Mike, off to get a Guinness from the fridge. Enjoy and take a look at Scott's course. Bless you, brother. I hope it's good and I hope you enjoy it, and you will be helping. Best of wishes to the people of Ukraine. I second that. Definitely. There's Ben's live show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thanks again for the great live stream and great hang. And Busk a Groove has just come in. Let me see. Another Strat Jimmy owned was a powdered blue Strat sold to him from Vic Briggs of the Animals. Right. This occurred in London prior to the Monterey Pop Festival. It may be listed in the Electric Gypsy. I think it might be. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, wow. There we are. Brian is in. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Just in at the end, and we are actually on the hour, so I am going to do my usual. I hope you've had great fun tonight. I'll be back with a live show next week. In the meantime, you take good care.